Life is a constant search for meaning. Few have captured its absurdity and beauty as profoundly as Albert Camus. His words challenge us to think deeply about the world, and his lessons are ones every man should grasp before entering his 30s. Camus teaches us to find strength in the face of adversity and to live with purpose despite life's uncertainty. Let's uncover the quotes and lessons that can shape your life before time slips away. You will never be happy if you continue to search for what happiness consists of. You will never live if you are looking for the meaning of life. Those who lack the courage will always find a philosophy to justify it. You cannot create experience. You must undergo it. To be happy, we must not be too concerned with others. Friendship often ends in love, but love and friendship never. Real generosity toward the future lies in giving all to the present. Freedom is nothing but a chance to be better. In the depth of winter, I finally learned that there was in me an invincible summer. Alas, after a certain age, every man is responsible for his face. The myth of unlimited production brings war in its train, as inevitably as clouds announce a storm. The absurd is the essential concept and the first truth. Men must live and create, live to the point of tears. Real nobility is based on scorn, courage, and profound indifference. Don't walk in front of me, I may not follow. Don't walk behind me, I may not lead. Walk beside me, just be my friend. We continue to shape our personality all our life. If we knew ourselves perfectly, we should die. All great deeds and all great thoughts have a ridiculous beginning. Great works are often born on a street corner or in a restaurant's revolving door. To know oneself, one should assert oneself. He who despairs of the human condition is a coward, but he who has hope for it is a fool. A guilty conscience needs to confess. A work of art is a confession. There is but one truly serious philosophical problem, and that is suicide. The only real progress lies in learning to be wrong all alone. Don't believe your friends when they ask you to be honest with them. All they really want is to be maintained in the good opinion they have of themselves. What is a rebel? A man who says no, but whose refusal does not imply a renunciation. The only way to deal with an unfree world is to become so absolutely free that your very existence is an act of rebellion. Blessed are the hearts that can bend, they shall never be broken. A man without ethics is a wild beast, loosed upon this world. Those who write clearly have readers. Those who write obscurely have commentators. Without work, all life goes rotten. But when work is soulless, life stifles and dies. We always deceive ourselves twice about the people we love, first to their advantage, then to their disadvantage. It is a kind of spiritual snobbery that makes people think they can be happy without money. The need to be right is the sign of a vulgar mind. At 30, a man should know himself like the palm of his hand, know the exact number of his defects and qualities, know how far he can go, foretell his failures, be what he is, and above all, accept these things. An intellectual is someone whose mind watches itself. Stupidity has a knack of getting its way. Man wants to live, but it is useless to hope that this desire will dictate all his actions. There is no love of life without despair of life. I know of only one duty, and that is to love. It is normal to give away a little of one's life in order not to lose it all. A taste for truth at any cost is a passion which spares nothing. Fiction is the lie through which we tell the truth. Charm is a way of getting the answer, yes, without asking a clear question. Don't wait for the last judgment. It takes place every day. In order to exist just once in the world, it is necessary never again to exist. In order to understand the world, one has to turn away from it on occasion. We rarely confide in those who are better than we are. Those who weep for the happy periods which they encounter in history acknowledge what they want, not the alleviation, but the silencing of misery. When you have really exhausted an experience, you always reverence and love it. Too many have dispensed with generosity in order to practice charity. A man must be absolutely cut off from society because he is absolutely evil. This amounts to saying that society is absolutely good, and no one in his right mind will believe this today. You have to be very rich or very poor to live without a trade. Your successes and happiness are forgiven to you only if you generously consent to share them. As a remedy to life in society, I would suggest the big city. Nowadays, it is the only desert within our means. Man is the only creature that refuses to be what he is. At any street corner, the feeling of absurdity can strike any man in the face. All that I know most surely about morality and obligations I owe to football. The day when I am no more than a writer, I shall cease to be a writer. The society based on production is only productive, not creative. There is the good and the bad, the great and the low, the just and the unjust. I swear to you that all that will never change. Virtue cannot separate itself from reality without becoming a principle of evil. Some people talk in their sleep. Lecturers talk while other people sleep. be famous, in fact, one has only to kill one's landlady. Men are never really willing to die, except for the sake of freedom. Therefore, they do not believe in dying completely. Man is an idea, and a precious small idea once he turns his back on love. Every man, and for stronger reasons, every artist, wants to be recognized. So do I. But in the end, one needs more courage to live than to kill himself. The purpose of a writer is to keep civilization from destroying itself. I used to advertise my loyalty, and I don't believe there is a single person I loved that I didn't eventually betray. Always go too far, because that's where you'll find the truth. People hasten to judge in order not to be judged themselves. Man is always prey to his truths. Once he has admitted them, he cannot free himself from them. Autumn is a second spring, when every leaf is a flower. Sometimes carrying on, just carrying on, is the superhuman achievement. There is no sun without shadow, and it is essential to know the night. Where there is no hope, we must invent it. To grow old is to pass from passion to compassion.